Alright guys, West Country Explorer here. I'm standing in a hedgerow at the moment purely to try and get out the way of the wind a bit. But at least it's dry and sunny this afternoon, no rain, but it's a bit windy. So I've come to, if I can swivel up. You probably can't see that sign very well. Gainsthorpe Deserted Medieval Village. Now I must admit, when I saw that on the map, I thought, oh, I came here 9 years ago when I was on a cycle tour. But I've got here now, and it's a different medieval village to what I was thinking of. So I can't often remember which deserted village I went to 9 years ago. But anyway, I'm going to show you Gainsthorpe. Well, as much of it as I can. So I'll twizzle you around and let's see what we see. So there is a little bit of a sign. Feel free to pause if you want. There's just sort of just like ground sort of works, if you know what I mean. You can't really sort of, nothing above ground as such visible. Now the village that I visited 9 years ago had a little bit more going on above ground. So yeah, so this, I'm not sure how much we're going to see. Not really anything probably. I mean, it's where you really need to have an aerial view to be able to see sort of the lines in the ground. But I'm going to have a little walk around anyway. This is basically, this is the site of an old medieval village. There used to be a village here. So even though you can't really see anything as such from ground level, you can kind of see where it was, the site. And I'm now desperately trying to remember which deserted medieval village it was that I saw 9 years ago. I feel sure it was somewhere up in the northeast, sort of where I am now. I mean, just goes to show how the landscape can change over time. To think that centuries ago this would have been a village. And now it's just a very, very big field. And the people that would have lived here. You know, just think of all those stories that have become lost to time. You know, people that lived here, right here on this spot, will know absolutely nothing about them, about their lives, about what they got up to, about their hopes and dreams and fears and all the rest. I think this bit where I'm standing now is the route of one of the medieval village roads. if this was maybe some kind of a walls at some point of some buildings, I don't know. Looks like there was something here. Something going on there. Like maybe some buildings around just here, like maybe, I think. Try and make sense of it all, sort of, along with the map as well that I looked at. So I think that's possibly some of the building. To me, it was this little area where most of the buildings were in the medieval village. You know, something going on there. Ah. So, what's that? An interesting feature there. Ah. So there you have it. The site of a deserted medieval village. I mean, it's one of those places possibly not worth making a special trip to unless you're really, really massively into like deserted medieval villages. I mean, if you happen to be passing by and you've got a bit of spare time, could be worth coming here on a bit of a whim. But I mean, as you can see from this video, it's not a lot going on. You've got to use a certain amount of imagination to be able to sort of see what was going on. But it's yeah, if you're into a bit of history and you've got a passing interest in sort of deserted villages and all that, could be worth it. Like I said, I'm glad I stopped here. You know, I was passing by and I'd have regretted it if I hadn't come. Would I have wanted to make a special trip? Me personally, maybe not. I'm not into deserted villages enough to make a special trip, but it's been a nice little walk. And guys, look, the sun's out. It was a pigging wet, horrible morning this morning. This afternoon turned out lovely. But anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm going to say goodbye, bring this video to an end. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. And in the meantime, the usual. Stay safe, take care, God bless.